Hello fellow engineers and welcome back to Cities Skylines 2. So I recently received an email from someone called Timo, or Timo if you're British. Alright Timo. And in this email he says as well as watching my channel, he also watches German dashcam channels, and in a recent one there was an accident at a junction in Germany which he believes is down to the, and I quote, brain dead traffic planning of said junction. Now, as many of you know, I was a civil engineer for 10 years and spent most of that as part of a major highways team. So, with coordinates in hand, let's go check out the junction, rebuild it in Cities Skylines 2, and then see if we can work out if it's really as bad as Timo makes out. So, we're looking at Europe, we are zooming in to Germany, and if we keep zooming in down here, we come to the junction. Now, before we do anything, I do just want to zoom out and try and work out the overall context. Oh, look, they got clover leaves. So, yeah, maybe Germans aren't the best at designing highway layouts, because we know clover leaves, not my favorite design. But yeah, so we got motorway coming down here. It then threads the needle around these cities. What the hell happens there? What is that? Okay, this, I assume it's not a motorway. I tell you what, let's turn the layers on. We can actually see like what type of roads these are. Oh no, there's clouds in the way. You don't usually see clouds on Google. Man, that has some really thick cloudage. But yeah, so looking at it, it's just a main road. It's a single carriageway road. It's not like a proper motorway or anything. Ah, up here it does. Okay, so it turns from a dual carriageway. And then yeah, look, it merges into a single carriageway. Okay, so it's just a single carriageway road. And I imagine this was a bypass at some point. I imagine like the main road used to go like down through this village and then like out the bottom, and they've put a bypass in because it would be very strange if they built the road like that first before the buildings either side. So yeah, let's have a look at this junction. So that's what we've got. So main road there. I assume the road in the other direction is also a single carriageway. Yeah, and then we've got a big old circle. And actually, if you look at the circle, look, they've kept the land. They've kept it available for farming. There's actual farmers like using that. That's actually quite interesting. I've never seen like a circle field before. So yeah, there's the field that's farmed. That's that's really cool. But yeah, let's start building this in City Skylines, and then we can sort of talk through exactly what's happening. Try and work out if there's positives, if there's negatives. I mean, the fact the land is still farmed in the middle, that's definitely a positive in my books. Now, I think what I'll do, I'll have a look through my current cities and see if I have any where we drive on the right. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh no, I found a city where we drive on the right-hand side. It's Architopia. So here it is, the worst city ever built in Cities Skylines 2, featuring its own architect habitat. But yeah, we've got to create... we got to create a realistic layout here. Oh, to be fair, I think this is the version where I actually fixed it, wasn't it? Yeah, so this city shouldn't be too bad. Engineering has somewhat fixed this city. I mean, it's not perfect by any means. But yeah, if we buy a few tiles and then we change the motorways into like single roads, I think this could be a good one to do it on. So yeah, let's buy all 4 of those, purchase. And then down here, man, there's a lot of traffic. But yeah, down here, we can literally just delete everything. So delete up to that point, delete from there up to that point, and then just delete all of these. All right, and then what actually happens if I press unpause now? What happens to all the cars? Oh, that. But yeah, right. So let's build this thing. So we need to unlock highways first. Thankfully, I do have the 2 progression points needed to unlock those. So boosh, they are now unlocked. So these motorways, we've just got to merge them into a single road. So we'll do that, and then we'll grab the 2-lane, 2-way highway, which is what we in Britain call a single carriageway. And then what we want to do, we just want to follow the curve of the layout. So something like that. And then we just connect that back up. So yes, these bits at either end will be a bit dodgy, but we don't really care about that. We care about what happens in the middle. But yeah, anyway, we then have from this road, we've got that diagonal coming across that goes to the town. Now the town's over there, so that sort of works. There's nothing up here to connect to, but we'll use the same 2-lane, 2-way highway to build it. And basically it just goes like diagonally up there-ish. So we'll put that in, and then this end we'll just bring it round and connect it to something else. Right, then obviously this isn't a crossroads, it's a bridge. So we've just got to delete that, make a bridge to go over the top. That's with the main sort of road. Okay, so nice. They're the two roads. We've just got to do the junction. So let's start with the circle, because that's going to pretty much define the size of everything else. So yeah, something like that. Not too bad. So we then just need the arm from this junction. So that's got to be like from sort of there-ish. If we say straight down and then go across that way, we should get a similar sort of layout. Okay, so that's now in. We then need up here, this has got to be a one-way highway. So if we're looking at it like this, that's got to come from there and then head up that way. And that means we can replace this one with one way as well. So we just do this button here, the replace tool, and then we replace that bit of road by clicking sorted. So we've got one way on and off. We got two way around there. And then down the bottom, these are both two way. And I can see a lot of problems with this already. Anyway, let's do over this side. So we got a 2-lane highway from like there-ish going straight down to there. And then it's all just one ways. So to get onto it from this road, we go from about there. We curve off that way a little bit. And we curve on like that to get off that road. So yeah, sort of like that. And then down this end to connect in, we just go from there down over that way. And then from this road up to there like that. So that's all of those done. Finally, there's just that little corner. So it goes from that road and connects around like that. So that is sort of the junction, at least my interpretation of it. So if we just flip between that and the real one, they're pretty similar. Some of the curves are a little bit out, but we've got all the major details, so we can test this in City Skylines, see how the traffic likes it, and of course, see where the traffic carnage happens. So let's just speed up time, and then I'll leave that running, and we'll try and figure out where we think the like major issues are, and then we'll see if City Skylines does the same. Let's just have a look with our little man on the bridge. Just make sure we've got enough lanes in. Look, at this bridge, they've widened this bridge to add an extra lane. That's expensive. So that's already a negative, making bridges wider. Because you've added this extra lane, you've added a wider bridge. And as I've said before, bridges are one of the most expensive things you can do on a highways project. So I'm not saying there's a better solution, but I am saying adding that extra lane there has made this more expensive than it could have been. If we just head back, whoa, when does the lane start? There's 2 lanes for ages. Oh, it's a dual carriageway down there. Oh my goodness. Okay, this is even more random then. I guess that's why we've got such like a big junction here, because I'm guessing a lot of the traffic comes off like to go to this town and stuff. And then up here, we've just got single carriageway lanes. All right, back to City Skylines. Oh, where I've unlocked a rock musician mansion. So basically this highway here, it needs to be a 4-lane 2-way highway. So let's just replace all of these. So as we head along this road, you can see we're adding an extra lane on either side. Yeah, although no, what are you doing? What are you doing, you knob? Why are you going down that road? They're meant to go down this road on the right. And oh no, actually, have I drawn this wrong? How do they get there? All right, back to Google Maps. If you're going southbound on this road, how do you get to the town down here? So let's put our little man on this road. So we're now driving southbound. Remember, we're driving on the right-hand side of the road. So if we just follow this like this, you can see this is where we are, facing southbound. So are we meant to go down there? I think we should have turned off there. So we're going down this road. Remember, we're meant to be on the right-hand side of the road. The Google car is actually down the middle of the road. But we're meant to be on the right-hand side of the road. Oh, look, down here. That is a 2-way. Oh my goodness, this layout is mental. But yeah, back in this layout, this corner here, that should be a 2-lane road. So if I just upgrade all of this like that. Oh man, the game is not like look how wobbly it's gone. It's like, are you sure you want to do this? It's mental. But yeah, we'll just press play. You can see, so as you're driving down this road, you can see you can either go right or you can go left along that way. Okay, got it. Now I understand exactly how this works, and it's built correctly. But yeah, that brings us on to the first sort of like issue with this layout. And I think this is just going to be repeated for like loads of these junctions, like particularly that one there. So let's say we're doing what we were doing. So let's follow one of these cars. That blue car there, they've turned off. They're driving down here. They probably want to go left to the town. So at this point, they're turning off left. Now that's fine, sort of. The thing is, when they get down here, so they've got to like stop there and give way. There's no traffic lights on this. It's all just give way. So they've got to look up that way, make sure this car's not coming straight down there. It might be indicating to go up there. If it is, that means you can probably go. As long as you turn your neck all the way and make sure over that side there's not a car coming up. Now basically this joining, like this merge, it's on the wrong side of the road. You're having to cross traffic. Like usually when you merge, you'd be merging like from this side, which means you're not like crossing a road already. And the trouble with like looking up there, if you see an indicator, you're like, oh, that's fine. Oh, I can go now. Particularly if you've looked that way, there's no cars coming. So yeah, let's just pretend from this guy's point of view. So yeah, we can look here. We look to the right. Oh, we gotta look really far back. Let's hope we're not driving a van, because you're not going to be able to see that far back. But yeah, you've looked there, there's nothing coming. You then look to your left, you've seen him, he's got his indicator on. So you think, right, I'll go. The trouble is, this guy indicating, maybe he's not indicating to go up there. Maybe he's indicating from like when he joined the road just seconds ago up this way. So he's got to this junction here. He's then looked left to make sure nothing's coming. He's then joined the road while indicating. And because he's driving on a straight, the indicator hasn't gone off. The guy in the car, he doesn't realize he's indicating. He can't hear the click because he's got the real civil engineer. Now that's what I call engineering. He's got it on Spotify blazing through the speakers.
Really?
So he's just driving along this road, like completely unaware that this guy thinks he's turning off. So this guy pulls out literally in front of this car. Boom, crash. So that is one sort of major flaw with this. Thankfully, he did actually turn off, but it could have gone a lot worse. But that's not the only issue with this. Let's just pause it a sec. So let's say there's quite a lot of traffic going left and right here. So it means this starts to queue. So where these two cars are now, let's just pretend there's loads of cars all backed up. So we're going to have traffic going back to here. And if you're at this point and you want to go right, you can't, because this lane is now blocked by queuing traffic. So that's potentially an issue. The good thing about here though, because you're driving down here, you've got a straight road. You are going to see that traffic. Unless it starts like building up onto this curved road, you should be fine. The problem is, when you go to another part of the junction, you don't have that luxury. And this is what I noticed when I first checked this out after Timo's email. So you're coming along this dual carriageway. So you're like, let's just say you're this blue car. Now you're on a dual carriageway. You're going to be driving pretty fast. You go over the bridge. You probably think they added extra lanes to this bridge. It costs more than it should do. Only if you're a nerd. But yeah, then you turn off. So you come down here. You're probably still going pretty fast because it's a slip road. So you're cruising down here. You then go around and then suddenly, boosh, completely standstill traffic. Because, look, all this traffic has backed up. Like, maybe you were intending on, like, going that direction. So you were just flying around this corner, not expecting to, like, go left on this junction. You were just cruising. So, yeah, visibility around there, not great. I mean, I should probably actually look at the real one. So now imagine you're coming down here. There's no visibility because you've got all these trees and stuff in the way. So you're just flying down here. I mean, thankfully, once you get past those few trees, this does open up so you can actually see quite far. But, like, what if there's, like, a huge, like, tractor or, like, combine harvester, like, blocking your visibility here? You might not see, like, all this traffic backed up. And I think you'd be flying down. And I think it's very possible that visibility could be an issue. And it's all caused by having to, like, turn down there. And it's not just the traffic caused by, like, that giveaway as well. Like, say you were driving down this road, you do actually want to turn left. You've got to wait until not only this is cleared and there's a gap for you to get down, but you've got to wait until there's no traffic coming up this way, like in this lane, coming towards you. And again, I think that adds, like, another potential issue as well. Because what if there's a car there, they, like, start moving forwards, so you think, oh, yeah, I'll go because there's going to be space. But then they stop moving. Then you're, like, halfway stuck in this lane. You're blocking the traffic coming up this way, so they could smash into you. These aren't like little 20-30 mile an hour roads. These are like full-on highways. Like, it's a dual carriageway up there. They are fast roads. So yeah, actually we've got a perfect example with this lorry like stuck there. I mean, it will go forward a little bit, but like this guy, they can't go down there till there's a space there. And if they do without the space, then they will block this lane. So anyone coming from this way wanting to go up, they'll either crash completely into them, or they'll have to, like, stop themselves, and then they'll start backing up this road. And, oh, it's all just carnage, like, literal carnage. So we got taxis flying down there. They're like, oi, what the hell are you doing cutting into my lane? And they're like, well, I got to cut into your lane because I'm cutting up these guys who are going to be coming up this way. Like, look, there's a muscle car coming. It's flying up here. Oh my goodness, it only just made it. Like, thankfully they are all turning right, but what if they weren't? What if they're going straight ahead? So yeah, it's just absolutely mental. You can see the taxis coming down. They now have to stop to give way to them. That smart car, I mean, and the caravan behind it, they've literally blocked this lane. If that red car wants to come straight ahead and go like up that way, it now can't because these guys are in the way. Like, yeah, move out the way. Oh my goodness, they just disappeared. Their car's disintegrated. I assume that counts as an accident in this game. They no longer have cars. Now there's just pedestrians walking everywhere. This layout's mental. Who came up with this? It's absolutely mental. Who thought they were a good idea at all? So yeah, I can really see why there are so many accidents here and why it's like notorious. The question is, why did they do this layout that we had to avoid? Because there must be a reason, like some sort of constraint. I mean, farmland seems to be quite heavy around here. Like, there's farms everywhere. They're clearly in use. You can see like the middle island, as I mentioned before, definitely being used. They've used all these roads because they're fast. Well, they're meant to be like a fast keep your speed sort of thing. It's not meant to be like any give weighing or anything like that until you like merge or like diverge. Like, the whole reason like intersection layouts sort of look like this in general. I mean, if we head up to this cloverleaf, you can see the reason like the cloverleaf exists is because you want to keep your speed on the motorway. You don't want to be like give weighing, cutting across traffic. That's why we have all these roads for every different direction. You have, if you want to go a direction, you have your own road. All you've got to worry about in terms of like giving way is when you like merge onto a road like that. So you just merge, you just got to make sure you slide in. You never actually stop when you use these sort of curves and stuff. But for this one, you do. You have to stop. So why have they done this layout? Like, why do these arms exist? There's some details I missed. There's a give way here. So the main road is the curve, and this is a give way. It makes it look like it's a 2-lane give way as well. I don't know if this is just a German thing, but shouldn't like the markings there be different on this side of the road than that side of the road? Because this left-hand lane, that we're not meant to be driving forwards on that. We're right-hand drive, so we're meant to be going that direction. So yeah, down here, can I add like a give way just to... I mean, I can add a stop. Unfortunately, that does add a stop to every single arm. I mean, I guess at least it keeps this running, but it doesn't solve the problem of coming around here and like trying to get down there. That's like the main issue that at least I identified pretty quickly. I mean, merging onto this, at least it's not too bad because it is like you're merging onto the right lane from the right. So at least that one is like sensible. So I guess if we don't know why it's been done like this, can we think of a way to actually fix it to make it better? Now, if you want to keep this sort of free-flowing traffic, the only way I think you can do this is a completely different layout and probably more bridges. But like, no, you wouldn't need more bridges. Because look, quite a simple way to get rid of this horrible crossover thing on this side. Like, why couldn't you just go from there and then that just curves round? So you're going from the right-hand side of the road and you join onto the right-hand side of the road. So you've immediately got rid of all of this horrible crossover stuff. You can get rid of that bit. Or in fact, no, you keep that bit for people that want to come around and go that way. So yeah, all you're doing is you're just adding that bit on and then you're turning this into a 1-lane road going like northbound like that. So now as you're coming along here, you just go right to go up there and then you head along that road. So I think that should have fixed all of this. We do just need to change down here. So if you're coming from this road, if you want to go right, you use the one that's already there. That's fine. If you want to go straight, that's fine. If you want to go left, yeah, this is where you may need another bridge. And I guess that's probably why this has been done how it is. It's to try and get as close to free flow as possible, minimizing the number of bridges. Because I don't think you can get from this road here going this direction. You can't get to like onto this road like northbound. You can't do it without either crossing the road, which you don't want to do, or adding another bridge. Yeah, I think you're just going to make a three-arm cloverleaf. But I guess what you could do, as you're driving along here, you go under that bridge. At this point, you could turn off that way and then like loop around onto that road there. Yes, it's a bit small. I mean, you'd probably make it all equal sides and stuff. But that does remove the need for that to be two-way. So that can just go to that lane. Oh, look, I'm a boomtown. But yeah, that arm is now one-way like that. So we've solved all of this end because we've just got like the slip roads on and off on the right sides as well. So yeah, nice and easy. The only thing we've got to try and fix is this arm here because we got that horrible crossing. So that's for coming down this lane going left. So if you want to drive down here and go left, I think what you'd have to do, yeah, you'd probably have to come over this bridge, and then as I said before, you gotta like cloverleaf it round to then go under the bridge like that. So you do end up with a sort of cloverleaf. This then becomes one way like that. So yeah, you do just end up with a cloverleaf junction, essentially. A bit of an abstract one. It looks like it's melted. It's like a Frankenstein thing. It's like, yeah, we want to be a highway interchange, but you have to stop and give way and just make absolute carnage for no reason because we can't decide who came up with this. I'm sorry if I'm repeating myself, but it's mental. It is mental. Now, if there's anyone in the comments that actually has a reason why they've done this, aside from just money, but why they've done this crazy conflict layout and they didn't just do roundabouts or normal junctions or traffic lights, please let me know. I'd be intrigued if you can actually work out the like positives for this to exist and why it's not dangerous. And like, this is Germany. Like, Germans are meant to be good at engineering and all sorts. Like, what were they thinking? Was it just a Friday afternoon job? I don't know. But all I do know, my melted cloverleaf is working like a dream. Look, no traffic anywhere anymore. Beautiful. And on that note, I'm going to say peace, love, and melted cloverleafs. Hope you guys enjoyed. Catch you next time. Bye.